Hi, Lizanne here from High Vibes Life. Today I wanted to do a quick video of some of the things that help me to step into my power, my personal power, that help me to relieve anxiety, to bring my anxiety levels way down, to relax, to enjoy life, that type of thing. I wanted to share some of the more esoteric type things that I use in my own journey that have personally helped me to be able to grow, to be able to overcome some of these insecurities that so many can have when they've been in relationships with, whether it's parental relationships or romantic type relationships or whatever, that have been toxic or abusive. So I wanted just to share some of the things that I use. And so hence I'm on the floor because I'm at my little, I would call it my little altar space that I set up when I am ready to do some meditation and do some personal work and reflection, which I try to do every single day. So first of all, I just wanted to say I appreciate all your questions and the kind comments that come in, and the concerns. I appreciate where each one of you are in the struggle, and I know the struggle is very intense. I don't, for lack of better words, it's very intense. Can be very, very difficult, because when we are dealing with relationships, it's something that's not easily something you can just walk away from. You can just go, okay, goodbye. Maybe there are some people out there that can do that really easily, but not everybody can do that, and not everybody wants to do that. Some people really want to try to find a way to make it work. And I really believe our reality is malleable, and I don't believe that we have to be stuck into these labels, into these boxes of this is how it goes for everybody. So here we're going to label this person narcissist and this person empath, and these two are toxic for each other, and the only way out is to end the relationship. Having said that, that is sometimes the case for a lot of people, that is the only way out. They need to end the relationship, and they know that. But there are a lot of gray areas in this. And you can't smack a label onto everything and have it one. There's no such thing. I always say this. There's no such thing as one size fits all. There's just no such thing. You can find some commonalities, but there's, the label is there again to kind of help us integrate and understand things a little clearer and how they work together. But they're just a label. When it's all said and done, it's just a label. The number one thing I ever did in my own healing journey was learn how to be my own best friend. Learn how to truly love myself, how to truly accept who I am. That's the most powerful thing you're going to do. Hands down, that's foundational. When you really, truly, genuinely love yourself, there's a self-acceptance there. There's an acceptance of where you are in life, and there's a lot more calm and peace that comes into that. And it doesn't mean that life is perfect, but what it means is that you now have the stamina, you now have the tools, you now have the ability, now have the belief in yourself to move forward, to get past the rough spots, to integrate more joy, more love, more serenity, more excitement, more passion, more all the things that we all desire inside. So I recommend that for those of you that are asking me a lot of questions about, personal things about, well, this is my situation and there's no way out or whatever. I just want to tell you, when I read these, my heart goes out to you immensely. But there's no person out there that is going to rescue you. And that's what I had to come to understand. I had to rescue myself. And when I started changing myself, every relationship in my life improved. A lot of relationships just kind of naturally fell away, and that was okay. It wasn't traumatic. It was just a natural part of the natural process. But every other relationship I had improved because I was attracting differently into my life. People started to treat me differently even because I was treating myself differently, and that's where it begins. Okay, so I just wanted to show you what I have in front of me. So this is the table, and I have these cards that I've been working with the energy of these cards. I drew these cards probably about a week ago, and they're oracle cards. I work with oracle cards, and then I just usually add some crystals, and I have my sage, that I clear, and my Palo Santo. Sage is feminine, Palo Santo is masculine. I have a little stick that I bring in to focus energy. I have other ones that I use, but I've been really loving this lately for some reason. And so I just want to show you some of the things I have here on my table. So the reason I'm showing you this is because this is one of the things that I do that help me tremendously is when I have some alone time and some quiet time, and especially in the morning. Sometimes I'll just get up earlier than everybody else just so I can have this time. I will light a candle, and to me that candle, it represents the element of fire, which is transformative, and it also represents the fire inside me, the passion, my soul, my spirit. And so me lighting that candle is a reminder, it's a ritual I do to remind myself that my light is still shining, my light is still bright, and I'm alive and well type of thing, okay? And I just usually will read something that I'm reading. I'll do a little quiet meditation. Sometimes I do guided meditations. Sometimes I just sit quietly and calm my mind and quiet my mind. It just depends on what my soul is calling for at the time. Meditation, to me, there's a difference between prayer and meditation. I tend to pray at night and meditate in the mornings. To me, meditation is about receiving and prayer is about asking. First thing I wanted to tell you about is my lithium quartz, Lithium, my lithium quartz. And I don't know how well you can see it, but it's kind of got like this pink hue to it. This one does. They can be clear and kind of cloudy. This little quartz has helped my anxiety like nothing I have ever tried, period. Nothing I have ever tried has helped my anxiety like this quartz. And I've even done Xanax. I've tried Xanax, and Xanax kind of just makes me feel tired and dull. But this just kind of, I notice as I wear it, I'm like not anxious. I just feel relaxed. It also is known to go to the chakra. So it's a really good meditation to have on during meditation because it helps activate and heal the chakra that's most needed. So that is one of the most amazing things I've had is this lithium quartz as far as helping with anxiety. As far as crystals go is amethyst. And most people that know anything about crystals know amethyst is just something you don't want to be without if you work with crystals at all. This one my sister gave to me. She said she just felt led to give it to me. She didn't really want to part with it, but she felt led, and I'm so thankful because it's so beautiful and I feel the energy of it. It's so cleansing and calming. And this is another one. It also, I have some above my bed. I have a few pieces of amethyst. They can help with dream work and also with keeping nightmare type dreams, terrifying dreams at bay. And I find that they really do help. So those are the crystals that help. And then with it, I also work with essential oils quite a bit. My two favorites that I use are frankincense and lavender. To me, they're very, very healing. Like even for skin conditions, I get psoriasis. I was doing all the creams that the doctors were telling me to do, and I had a case of psoriasis on both my legs that was just huge patches of, oh my gosh, it was so awful. I was itching like crazy and nothing was helping. And then finally one day I was like, you know what? I'm going to use my lavender and frankincense. And I mean, almost overnight it started healing, and it's been healing and getting better ever since. And I had it for weeks and it wasn't getting better. So, and another thing I've used lavender for is I'll get, like, I've had skin tags and I'll just put the lavender on within a couple days. The skin tag falls off, it's gone. Anyways, you know, not making medical claims, of course. I'm just telling you how it's helped me. This is the brand I use. I get it on Amazon. I like it. I don't know if everybody will, but it's a big 4-ounce bottle, and I go through so much. It helps you sleep and relax at night, especially if you put it at the bottoms of your feet. Frankincense is amazing healing as well. I also put it on my skin and in a mixture of oils, essential oils that I make, and I rub it in and massage my skin with it. So that's very relaxing. Now, I sold these for a while, and I might get the stones to make them again, but these are my, I don't know if you can see them, but they're my dragon. They have a little dragon head, and then they have tiger's eye and citrine and carnelian. And they're all strong confidence builder. I wear 2 of them because I love them and I think they're powerful. To me, dragon energy is fire. The energy of the Dragonfae is very empowering. Here's the oracle that I have, that I work with, and I love it. It has such a good high vibe to it. It's by Lucy Cavendish. She has a lot of different oracles, and I have a couple of her decks. I feel like I had to do a lot of work on clearing and cleansing the idea that because I'm feminine, I'm weak, I'm weaker, I'm a weaker sex, or that I'm not as important or as good as being raised in a Christian type environment. They teach you that, you know, Adam was it and we were just a rib pulled out to serve him, you know, and it was a very painful way to grow up, because I always had in the back of my mind that I wasn't as important to God. I was important to him, but not quite as important as men are. And my dad very much started that in me. And he basically didn't put a lot of stake in women. We were supposed to be baby makers, basically housekeepers, baby makers. And I bought into that. As a young girl, I thought, oh, okay, I took pride in that. And even to this day, I don't feel bad that I've been a homemaker and a mother. You know, motherhood was one of the most beautiful things in my life. But when I went through my healing, this was something that came up very powerful for me. And I was in agony over it, literally at one point, just in agony over this idea, because I was working through a lot of, you know, feeling unloved and unwanted and, you know, just invisible, and just so many different things like that, just so many painful areas of healing. And this was one that came up really powerful. I didn't even realize how much it had injured my self-perception. And I have a book called The Voice of God Within, where I kind of give a little bit of my journey of healing and getting out of a religious mindset. But I felt like that voice of God within told me one day, and it was what healed me. It was like, if I made Adam, okay, if I created Adam, and Adam is, you know, the apple of my eye, special, and then I took a rib from Adam and created you, how would that lessen you in any way in that? I'm trying to say this in words, because when you get something from spirit, it's like a download. It's not in words. It's just a knowing. And so to have to translate it into words can be difficult. And those of you that do this know what I'm talking about. So if I took you from Adam, and notice it was the if that was always there. If I took you from Adam, then wouldn't you be just as important, because you're part of Adam, and Adam is the apple of my eye? Like, of course you'd be just as important, because you're part of him. You're not less than him, you are him. You're Adam. So it was like, and there, you know, in the Bible itself, it says when you're in heaven, there's no male nor female. And I believe this. I believe there's a lot of esoteric type teachings in the Bible that people do not see when they get in this religious minded set of seeing things a certain way. But what that did for me, it was just like this. He took this whole load, this whole veil off of me of this idea of this hierarchy of the male and the female. You know, the male's a little stronger and the female's a little weaker. The male's the ruler, the female's the follower. The male's, you know, here to protect and do this, and the female is to serve and, be protected. And it's not like that. He put me on the same plane as Adam, right? In every way. It doesn't mean that there isn't feminine and there isn't masculine, because there's definite feminine, masculine, and there's definite degrees of it, and there's definite, it's in all of us. We all have feminine and masculine in us. However, we have the masculine physical and the feminine physical. But there's a yin and a yang. There's a balance in feminine and masculine. And that's a lot of deep stuff to go into in this video. And I know this video is kind of going to be a little all over the board, but those of you that need it will get what you need from it. So anyhow, the whole Dragonfae has been empowering for me as a woman. Extremely empowering. So the Dragonfae has just been really powerful. And that's the other thing I wanted to talk about with my audience that is struggling with, I'm with in this relationship, I don't know how to deal with it, and how do I, basically you're trying to block their energy, and you're longing for their love, and you're longing to be able to just be yourself and just relax and not feel like somebody's going to walk in that door and make you feel like, you're all wrong, you don't look right, you don't act right, you're not doing it right, and all those things that having somebody that is narcissistic, maybe not even have narcissistic personality disorder, but have strong narcissistic characteristics in them, is going to evoke and make you feel, right? And the one thing I guess I want to convey more than anything else in this video is that how you overcome it is by empowering yourself. You have to empower you. You have to first commit to yourself. And I have a class on my website on committing. And it's a little 1-week course, and you do a lot of written work, and you just dive a little deeper and make that commitment to yourself. So if you want to check that out, go over to hivibeslife.com, HIVIBES.com, and you will see under courses to sign up for these classes if you want to. There are two things I wanted to really emphasize here. Having a spiritual practice, however you want to do it, you don't have to do it my way. You might not want to do it, have anything to do with oracle cards. Yours might be that you like to sit down and read a Bible and pray, and that's good. But having a strong spiritual practice that you commit to, but find some way to integrate the powerful feminine as you heal. Find something that you can embody and that you can meditate on and bring in the energy of. It is not that I am looking outside myself. I'm not looking outside myself to Queen Mab, that she's somebody out here that I'm saying, oh, Queen Mab, I worship you. That's not what I do. Okay, maybe some people do. That's not what I do. It's an energy. It's an idea. It's a thought form that we bring into our spirit to help us feel and become more powerful beings. My idea of power is being able to stay in the eye of the storm. It's being able to stay, and that is within. To be able to stay within yourself, to be able to stay mindful. The more you can do that, the more you can focus from within, and the more you can come from a place of intuition and instinct, the more powerful you are. Because what disempowers us is when things from outside us throw us off our own truth, throw us off our own path, our own inner guidance system, through this experience in this three-dimensional world. Anything out here that throws us off, that in a way that makes us feel like I'm not important, I don't matter, I am stupid, I'm not doing anything right, I don't deserve to live, nobody loves me. All those things are lies, And that's why they hurt, because they're lies to begin with. Because if it was truth, it would resonate and it would feel good and it would feel empowering. It would feel healthy. It would make you stronger. So anything that makes you feel weaker and yucky, that's disempowering. So when we are built up from the inside out, where we know that I am important, I do matter, I am the hub of my life, I do come from a source of love, I am love, all those truths that we know about ourselves, that no matter what kind of energies are out here around us, we can come back to our center and we can say, and it's like I said before, it's like a shield, like a Wonder Woman shield, right? It's like a shield. And whatever you can do to elevate that power within yourself is going to only serve you in the long run. It's not going to mean that you're going to wake up the next day and go, okay, I'm going to, and do a meditation on Dragonfae, and the next day you're going to wake up and nothing anybody does is going to affect you. That's not ever going to happen. But it's going to affect you less and less and less. I'm telling you, it is going to affect you less and less and less and less. And you get happy when you realize that that's what's happening. It's like, oh, that used to really bug me. Like, I didn't even hardly notice it this time. Just like when you start having that, it's just like, it's amazing. But you have to do the work. You have to work on it. And I can't do it for you. Nobody can. You have to love yourself. You're the only one experiencing your life and really knows what you need. And like for me, the Dragonfae Oracle is so empowering. But for somebody else, it may be weird. It may be disempowering. It may be scary, so it might not be for them, right? Right now, maybe later it would be. There was a time in my life that I probably would have never looked at Dragonfae energy, but it has been very empowering for me the last couple of years. And so I'm sharing that with you because some of you might be able to resonate with that and go, hey, I think I might try some of that. But if that's not for you, definitely don't go to what, it might be angels. There's a lot of beautiful angel oracle cards. As a matter of fact, I have been tapping into some angel energy as well. And it is incredible, like especially archangels like Michael and Raphael. And oh my gosh, that has just been completely incredible too. Sometimes it's nature. For a while, I was really, really into the just the earth fairy, the fae, and I've mermaid. My course, I go in through the mermaid archetype. I have a class that we do that helps us get to know ourselves through archetype. Right now, I'm working on a class, and it probably will be done within a week or so, and I will put it up, a video up on it, but it's going to be a class on not archetypes, avatars, creating your avatar, and stepping into a new avatar that you have really thought out, intentionally thought out, and really put in to it what you want to be, that powerful person to live the life that you want to live, the type of life you want to live. And so this is going to be another week-long course where every day you're going to have written assignments to help you dig deeper and little things to do to help you incorporate it into your life to become a more powerful avatar and a type of avatar that you want to be, right? So it's a process. So to recap really quick, and I've probably recapped too much, have a spiritual practice in the mornings. If you can, grab a lithium crystal and an amethyst would be great. Use some lavender. Frankincense is great too. Both smell wonderful. And just really tap into what, as you're looking for things, and maybe you go to a crystal shop or you go to wherever you like, that makes you feel alive, that makes you feel excited. It just starts sparking something fun and exciting in you. You're like, that sounds so fun, that sounds so exciting. You're gonna get up in your head. We all do, because while you're healing, we're all up here right now. Healing brings you back down here, puts you back on the throne of your heart, right? So you're going to get up in your head and you're going to go, oh, how will that make any difference? Blah, 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 blah. That's how I've been in the past, it was like, okay, whatever, But there was that part of me is like, well, feels kind of exciting, so I want to try it. And I didn't understand it. But the more I have just allowed myself without judgment to try new things and not to be stuck in a way of believing and thinking, to challenge my beliefs, all of it, just to really, really start realizing how malleable life is, and really committed to myself and to wanting to enjoy my journey and have fun and have it be fun and magical and exciting. And the more I've done that, the more I have found things that just resonate with me, and I'm enjoying my life more and more all the time, which is my commitment, is to make the rest of my life the very best of my life. So I hope this has been helpful. I would love to hear your comments. If there's anything that you currently do, of any things I shared, we'd love to hear about it, or that you do that I haven't shared that has been very helpful and empowering to you. I would love to hear about it. If you'd like to hear more in depth on any of the things I've shared, see more videos on it, let me know that as well. And yeah, thanks for taking time to listen to my video, and I'll talk to you guys next time.